But yeah. So let's switch on over, if my mouse will work, to crafting. And somehow our quality has gotten worse. I bought a real webcam and somehow the quality has gotten worse. I can't focus it at all. I don't know why this knife is here. I can't focus it at all. I don't have any settings or control over that. And for some reason it's super zoomed in. I don't know why. So I have the webcam sitting on a box of garbage bags on top of a paint can, a spray paint can. And sitting on that is the webcam. So I don't know. This is so like redneck scuffed. It's awful, but if I can stream, I can stream. So I've been working on this guy. It's super out of focus and blurry, so it sucks. But there will be better pictures on Instagram and stuff when he's all said and done. Or can I just put him up here? Oh yeah. But I mean, I'll post the stuff on Instagram and you guys can still watch me do the whole process. I don't know. It's an option. So we're gonna rock with it, see if it blows up or explodes in any way. But in the meantime, we're gonna paint. Once I get my wet palette open, jeez. I'm gonna do something a little weird. I don't usually use normal acrylics on my models, but this is the only brown color I have that's super dark. And I want a really dark brown for his leather bits, saddles, and harness. Well, it doesn't really have a saddle, but it's got the harnesses and stuff going. My wet palette is just out of view. You guys can't see it. I don't know if that matters. Some people like to see the colors and stuff blending together. All that jazz. I ended up painting his bags here a lighter brown and decided don't like that, so going over it. I want it to be super dark. And this is not the normal kind of minis that I paint. This is actually from the Game of Thrones tabletop game. War game? I don't know if it's a tabletop game or a war game. I think it's a war game. But either way, different brand of minis, different type of thing than I usually paint. So it's kind of fun and exciting. Don't know what that noise is. Water? Something. We've been getting a lot of storms lately. Don't know what that's all about. But we had a tree branch come down in our backyard. We have this big ginormous tree in our backyard. And a few weeks ago we had a big windstorm. And it came right down onto one of the wires going into our house. It's like, shit. But everything was working fine. And then we called the cable company, or phone company, one of the two. I don't remember which one. And they came out and looked at it. It was like, yeah, this line doesn't do anything. It's like, oh shit, what the hell is it there for? But they put it back up anyway, so it was all safe and whatever. But it's like, yeah, this line doesn't do anything. It's just kind of here attached to your house. It's like, oh, great. I think it was from an old company before we switched internet providers. And they just didn't take their cable down. That looks a lot better being dark. It's a little shiny because it's wet, but I like it a lot better than what it was. Than that. So now we do this side. Second, first, same as the first. People always have to be the noisiest when I'm streaming, huh? Need to get some soundproofing. That's what I need. It probably won't be a super long stream today either. I'm really just testing out how this new camera works. Or to see if it works. But so far it looks like it's been doing fine. It's not freezing on me or anything like the other one was. And that was really the main issue, so... as long as that doesn't happen, I think I'm good. It just sucks that it's kind of out of focus and shitty. This dumb stupid thing was $30. And the only other one they had was $70. It's like, I don't want to spend money on either of these, but I guess I don't really have a choice. Webcams are expensive for some reason. But the $70 one had autofocus on it, which I thought was pretty neat. And definitely something I should invest in at some point. But until I get a real setup down here, I don't think I want to waste money on expensive things when I don't have to. Is working? I don't know, you tell me. It's something. Something might be a more appropriate term than working. It is existing. How's this side doing? Still drying. So the quality is super low, it's blurry and I hate it, but it's not freezing and it's working, so I guess that's the trade-off. But like, it doesn't really focus in on what I'm doing. Art desk is more important? What do you mean? I can't like put it up there and really do much with it. It's just so blurry. Eee. Swapped your face cam with your desk cam. Yeah, well, whatever works, right? I had a reference up on what I was doing with this guy, but now I don't have it and I'm lost. One second. So this is what this guy's from. Song of Ice and Fire war game. And they're really cool, but they only have like game art and no like references to look at. Like let's grab one at random here. Like the D&D minis have, wow, you can't even see through that. They have the minis, and then on the back they have like a 3D render with colors of what they think you should paint it like. This one don't really have that. So it's kind of hard to tell like what colors go where, all that other jazz. But yeah. I really like the minis though. They're super detailed. They're really nice to paint. They don't really have mold lines showing anywhere, which is my biggest complaint about the Nolzur's stuff, but they're cheap, so. This one was like, I think I got these boxes for $15. I got 2 giant mammoths. I got a whole other bunch of them too, but they're like $15 a box, but they were on sale. So I think these are usually way more expensive. Looks cool. Texture painting, I haven't really done any texture painting. I think that's just the texture on the model. I'd show you close up, but this webcam is god awful blurry. It's so bad. It's so bad. But it's working, so. What if I put it further away? That doesn't help. How'd I make this worse? It somehow got worse. So if you weren't here at the first couple minutes I was explaining, this thing is like super zoomed in for some reason. I can't zoom it out or anything. I don't have any control over what this webcam does. So to compensate, I have it on a box of garbage bags, and on top of the box of garbage bags is a can of spray paint, and I have the camera on top of the spray paint, so it's like way up here and not super close. So anytime I move it, it's kind of a balancing act. So it's fucking something. It's a little ridiculous, but it's something. I just can't get over how blurry and shit it looks. But I mean, it works, right? Until I decide to buy a real setup down here, it's gonna have to work. I could just go back to streaming from my phone. I never want to do that again, though. It was so awful and annoying and hard. Wild Clauncher. If I didn't have Pokemon Go to, like, drip feed me all these new Pokemon and teach me about them, I'd be so lost. I would not know what a damn thing is. Just ask what a Clauncher is. It's in the bottom right corner. Over. The opposite side there. That way. I have it set up where it shows the little sprite. You're on mobile? It should still show it, shouldn't it? I have it set up on my OBS. Oh, just small. I can make it bigger. I kind of want to make it a little bigger so it fits into the screen better, but... oh, I can point from here too. Right there. Also, I just realized I'm an idiot. I have chat behind my webcam. And there. Oh, but you guys can't read that for shit because it's right on the white part of my cutting mat. Nothing works. Everything sucks. God, I should just quit streaming. I'm so bad at this. No, we'll deal with it for now. Okay, we're looking for any leather strappy bits. I don't know what I want to do the top parts on this, but these leather strappy bits all want to be this dark leathery brown. It's actually cocoa. This is cocoa. What are you guys up to today? How's everyone's weekend? Cocoa for the win. Got a fly buzzing around me. I got flypaper up, but it doesn't seem to work very well. Trying to switch to Verizon, but they don't support your phone. What? How can they not support your phone? That doesn't make any sense. We have Verizon. I think it's good, but a little expensive. From what I've heard and read, like T-Mobile and stuff is all pretty comparable to Verizon. But they do say that Verizon has better coverage and all that yada yada technical shit. But it's way more expensive than T-Mobile or Sprint or whatever it is now. So if you don't really care about a tiny coverage upgrade, it's not as worth it for Verizon. But that's just what I've heard. They're cheaper than Google Fi, and I have never heard of Google Fi. I'll be completely honest, I didn't know Google did phones. I lied. I know they did phones. I have a Google Pixel 2, but I didn't know that they did phone service. I thought Google was supposed to have the best everything. Literally not pick up your phone or be on Wi-Fi and blow through data. That's garbage. That seems like throttling, which should be illegal. I don't care what you say. Throttling is the most garbage thing any internet provider does, or phone provider. We used to have Cox, and Cox would throttle the shit out of us. It was just such bullshit. I could hardly go onto like Google Docs when we had Cox cable, not cable, internet. It would go out constantly. They would tell us like we're over our monthly limit of data for internet. It's like, ugh. Yeah, imagine your company being Cox. It's COX, but I get your point. You have Cox and you hate them. I preach it. Cox is the worst. And then my one friend is always like, we have Cox, we don't have issues. Well, I guess you're the lucky one. You're the one out of 800 people who don't have issues with Cox. Not as bad as Comcast. I've heard Comcast is really bad. I used to watch a guy who had Comcast, and he streamed from an apartment. He didn't have his own house, so he didn't get to choose his internet, his ISP, so he was stuck with Comcast. It would go out all the time. Can you stop fucking making noise? Holy shit. I don't know if that's coming up on the mic, but it is annoying me. Damn upstairs neighbors. What is sound? It's squeaky floorboards, someone walking around. I think he's looking pretty good on the straps and the leather and the bags and shit. I just have to decide what else gets this Coco. He's looking great. How can you tell? He's at a whole 420p. How do I pick the colors? Have I ever done a random selection? I mostly just stare at the model for about 10 hours and decide what I want between colors. If you were here for like my OG streams, it's at 720. It's a 720 camera, but it's still blurry as all hell. That does not look 720 up close. But if you were here for like my OG streams, ew, my hands are all gross. I would literally sit here with the model like this going, what color do I do? I just sit here thinking. Like I would just literally be silent thinking. It's like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Oh gosh, you can see my hands with this. If I ever look like I'm grabbing down here, I have this towel. I usually just wipe my hands on it. It looks really bad on camera. Need to move this away. There we go. A little sus. Still a little sus. Yeah, and Kamea would shout out Orange. Speaking of Orange, I didn't do this guy on stream at all. Did post him on Instagram. This guy came out pretty cool. I don't know if I like his orange vest that much. I kind of wanted a darker color. But he's on my Instagram. If you guys are interested. Insta. That's right, I have an Instagram. I'm way more active on my adventures account, but it is what it is. Dry brush brown. He's done. I'm done with him. I don't feel like messing with it too much. Shut up! I need to be that neighbor with the broom and knocking on the ceiling. I don't have a broom down here, do I? It's all the way over there. So what else looks like it should be a dark brown leather strap? Yeah, I'm thinking these things on top should all be dark as well. You like the swirly silver smoke bits? I do too. I think it came out really well. It was all using my speed paints. All the colors on him were a different speed paint. I don't know how this camera works. It's so shiny. And that was the first model I used completely speed paint. I've used the speed paints a little bit. That was the first one I used completely with the new speed paints, and I really like them. They flow off the brush really nice. Would recommend if you're a mini painter. They're expensive though. They are about $1 more a bottle than the normal mini paints. But they're comparable to the Citadel contrast paints. They've had a monopoly on the mini paint market for long enough. Stop walking, please. I don't care if stream can't hear you, it's annoying me. Okay, let's fill in these holes here. How is sound, by the way? Am I too soft? Too loud? Thought the squeak was my chair? No, I'm actually sitting in a drum stool. My chair upstairs is pretty squeaky, but this doesn't make noise. Very bright. Is the dry time or the opacity main difference? Both. It's very thin down. The speed paints are. And they cover more easily, so they kind of flow off your brush easier and cover more space with less paint, because the pigment is very heavy. It's a very heavy pigment, so less paint equals more color. The paints were, yeah, I gotcha. I'm bad at explaining things, but basically you use less paint and they do more for you. Forever ago when I first got them, I painted a bunch on the back of these wings, and you can't tell because the webcam is shitty, but they kind of flow in between the creases on the feathers and the texture, and it gives you like free shading, free highlighting, because the raised bits are going to be lighter and the paint pools down in the lower bits a little more, so it's darker, so you get kind of like the free shadows and all that. And just because there's so much pigment in such little paint, it flows and you can spread it and it's easier, but you're going to have more control over normal paints. So the normal paints are a little thicker. You can water them down as much as you need. You can control where they go a little bit more because they're not going to flow off your brush as easily. And you have a lot more control over what you're painting. Whereas the contrast paints and the speed paints, once it's on there, it's kind of stuck on there. And it'll flow where it wants to flow. They just showed up nice on Insta. Yeah. I need to use my new camera more for my Insta pics. I need to practice with my camera a little more. I started posting on the adventures count. I finally got done with all the zoo pictures, and now I'm on to the aquarium pictures. Like 90% of the aquarium pictures are all blurry and junk because it was inside of a dark building, because aquariums tend to be a little darker, and through glass and through water, and they were all just so blurry. I didn't know how to compensate for any of it because I'm so new to using DSLR cameras. So I have to learn and practice with it a bit more. But let me tell you, taking pictures on that thing is fucking fun. It is my new favorite thing. Favorite thing? I don't know. It's fun. I got some of that old color showing through and I want to cover it. So far, my only complaint about this model is the big, dumb, stupid rectangle base it comes on. And I don't know if they come off of the base, but I didn't want to risk breaking the model at all. But the other minis don't look like they come on big, dumb things like that. Just the big models. But I'll do something with it. I'll texture it up, put some grass on it, I don't know. Some fake snow, something. You like the eyes she was making? Yeah, those are cool. I'm not creative enough to do anything like that. Can you fucking shut up? Okay. What do I want to do next? Let's do... I don't know what to call these. The harnesses? We'll do that. I'm afraid to have like this on camera at all because it's so fucking bright and just washes everything out. But I kind of have to have it nearby. I don't have a choice. It's so bright. Maybe I need darker lights, less bright lights. But then I feel like you don't get to see as much. Okay, let's start somewhere. We'll just start here. We'll channel our inner Bob Ross. Say pick a color and start there. We'll make a happy little mammoth. So far this hasn't been too traumatizing of an experience using the normal acrylics over the mini painting acrylics. I don't prefer it, and I'm really only using a little bit of it, but I've heard horror stories of people trying to use normal paint on minis and it just doesn't come out well because the pigments are different and they work a little bit different than the mini paints. But this hasn't been awful. It's working fine. As long as I don't screw it up. I am a little worried about the model as a whole though, because everything's just going to be brown. Everything's a different shade of brown on this. It's a brown mammoth with brown leather and brown harnesses and brown wooden shields on it. It's just going to be all brown. Am I even on camera? Holy shit. Can you yell at me if I'm not on camera? Defeats the whole purpose of streaming if you can't see it. Staying in frame is hard. I'm doing it again. I need to be over this way more. There we go. I use my pinky to stabilize myself a lot when I'm painting. And I have to really be careful not to touch the wet paint like I just did. It's another reason I hate this big stupid base on this guy. I can't like attach him to a better handle. So I'm kind of stuck holding him on the little square thing here. Rectangle. I know shapes. I think going darker was a good idea here. I had that lighter brown on it and I didn't like it. This I like a lot more. I might go over it again, make it even darker, but I think for now that's pretty good looking. Let's see if I can find that reference again. I was a little lost on what to do with him because it's kind of hard to tell. I need OBS back. I can't see. It's kind of hard to tell, but he doesn't have fur on his feet, and I was really confused what to do with it. I just kind of, what's the word? I guess just decided on darker skin, because like polar bears have white fur and black skin, so I kind of thought, he's a winter creature, he probably has dark skin underneath there, so I just went with a darker brown for his feet skin. But I was looking up what other people did because I was like super confused on what to do with the parts that weren't fur. Are you gonna yell at me? Shut up, ads. I might be dropping frames here. It usually drops frames when I'm trying to do something else. But was I looked up how other people painted these, and this one guy I found had a really nice reference that I liked, so I'm using that. I'm not copying it, but I'm using it. So for these bits on the front and his head, he has like a greenish brown. I'm not really sure what color that is. It's brown, but it's more of a cool brown than a warm, earthy brown. So what colors do I have? I have this venom worm. It's a wow, you can't even read that. That's so bad. That quality though. But it's a green, but it's kind of a really dark muted green. I think that would fit in with the theme a little. I need to get a paint mixer. That's another thing I really like about these speed paints. Let me get one out real quick. Is when you shake it, you can hear it has mixing balls in it. The normal paints that they have, they don't come with the mixing balls. A lot of people will buy mixing balls and throw them in with their paints, but I'm too lazy to do that. Mossy, yeah. Well, it's a woolly mammoth, so it's frozen tundra kind of creature. So I imagine a lot of really cold colors, like those darker greens and blues. I guess you could do like a bright evergreen color, but not for leather. If you've seen Game of Thrones, you kind of know what I'm talking about. They're from Game of Thrones. But did I put that box away? I didn't. If I open it. So it's a war game, I think. So the models come with like little stat cards, which I think is pretty neat. I can't open the box. I'm so bad at life. Help. Send help. Okay, I got it. They come with these little stat cards and like abilities and what they do, which I think is pretty neat. What if I put it up here? Is that easier to see? Not at all. But they have some pretty neat art on them. But you can kind of tell there's like a lot of darker, cold colors going on there. So that's kind of the theme I'm running with, is less reds and all that. But I didn't realize I have 4 boxes of these minis. but they're all for the free folk army. So if I ever want to play the game, I can make a pretty sweet free folk army. But I don't know how to play. I have a friend that knows how to play. He might teach me someday. And then we'll stream it. Write that down. Actually, he said he might want to start painting minis on stream too, to give him a little bit of motivation to paint. So I said, if you need help, I'm pretty available to help. And if I don't know something, I have a friend who knows something. There's a fly in my wet palette. I killed it. I'm a ninja. So I don't know what to think about this green. Long story short, I don't know what the fuck to do with this green. Longest tangent ever over a paint color. Decisions are hard. I'm just gonna keep going with the brown. Collective crafting. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry I kind of put the kibosh on our co-stream today. I'm just so frustrated with everything and nothing ever working. Even now, I'm not happy with this. I spent $30 on this webcam and it's fucking garbage looking. But it is what it is, right? Stay on camera, idiot. I have this bad habit of like coming up here and painting sometimes. It's like, what great content. Put tape down? Yeah, I'll forget. I'll look at it and go, why is that tape there? It seems fine. Yeah, it's working, but I'm not happy with it. It's working enough to where I'll do streams with it. I'm fine doing my own streams with it. But I'll complain the whole damn time. You watch me, I'll complain. Can't stop me. Okay, that looks good. What's next? This thing on the back? Yeah, sure. Doesn't help that you're blind. You wouldn't guess it. That guy you rated today was pretty funny. I didn't end up sticking around for too long, but I was watching him go through your Instagram and every reaction was like, oh my god, this is amazing. It was just kind of funny. I don't know. Not to say everything you make isn't amazing, but seeing other people's reactions was funny, I guess. How did I get a giant brown streak on his tusk? How did I fuck this up? It's what they think they need to say. Yeah, but it's true for you. Gosh. I'll admit I don't look at Instagram too much. so I didn't even really know what you had on there. But that picture with all the eyeballs was really cool. How you had the keycaps and then surrounded by the other eyes you haven't used yet. That was like, I would make that my desktop background. It was really cool looking. Don't you cap on me. You want to fight? I'll fucking fight. Am I on camera? I'm on camera, good. It doesn't help that I actually moved the camera. I just remembered I did that. There we go. Now I won't be constantly off camera. You will not win. Targaryen always wins, don't you know that? Oh my god, I was like, why does my hand hurt so much? These fucking spikes on his tusk are digging into my knuckle. The way I'm holding it. Oh, society, huh? The thing is, society would also agree with me, though, saying that your art is amazing. So, checkmate, loser. Wow. So controlling. I need to go change out my paint water because it's pretty rank and gross. So I'll be RB. It triggers him. Wow. Okay, BRB. I'm back. Camera. There we go. Okay. Now what? What is this posture? Ugh. I'm such a little basement goblin. What do we do now? What's next? Kind of want to do his little spear holder thing, but I don't know what to do with that. That's another, I don't know. I'm lost. I missed a part. This needs to be painted. That can't be white. It would look nasty. Okay. let's do the little wrap on his tusk. Actually, no, let's not. We'll save that for like a beigey off-white color. We'll do this part. You'll be right back? Okay. I'll be here. Stay on camera. I need to, let's move the whole chair over. And then I'll stop doing that. Maybe, hopefully. I won't. I know I won't stop. I'm too much of an idiot. I need a new craft project. What should I craft? I haven't crafted in a very long time. I've just painted. I don't know if I just burnt myself out on the last project, but I have not felt the desire to craft in a long time. I can't even remember what my last project was. It was so long ago. I know I did the tower, but I did shit after that. And I just can't remember. Suppose I could look on Instagram. Let's work. Almighty Insta of the gram. Tell me, who the hell? Let's see if it ever loads. Okay, did the initiative tracker. That was a while ago. That was the last thing other than painting that's on my Insta. Oh yeah, I made the giant leather house thing. Gotta go get ready. You're here but lurking. Alright, no problem. Does that mean you're starting early? If you're still here, probably already gone. I forgot that I made the big hut work paper mache thing. I made rune stones. God, what was my last big project? I guess the tower was my last big thing. Everyone will be late to the game, so we'll see. Is Braylon playing? I want to see her get super mean and cutthroat like she was saying she was gonna be. I think that would be entertaining. Okay, well, either way, have fun. I'll be there eventually. No, I don't have Among Us. I'd have to download it and all that. Too much work. But I appreciate the invite. To be honest, I know I hate those kind of games, those social deduction games. I've played a lot of them IRL, like board games, and I just hate them. I'm not good at lying, so I always either get caught as the bad guy or I lose as the good guy because I just suck at sussing people out, and it's not fun. So I know I'd hate Among Us. But it's fun to watch. I like watching it. Okay, we've got a lot of browns on here now. What else? We can do that little thing holding this bone tusk thing. Mammoth's already got tusks. Why would you strap more tusks to it? Is it just to look cool? Is it intimidating? Does it have a real purpose? This guy's got a lot of crevices to get into. They're pretty tough. They're tough to see. Then you gotta get a brush in there. The more I paint, the less there is to do, and then I'm trying to find shit to do. You're back. Welcome back. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I want to go, because this was really a last minute stream. It was like 6 o'clock, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to Target, getting a damn webcam. And then I got the webcam. I didn't even think I was going to be streaming with it tonight. But I was like, you know, fuck it, I want to test it. So here we are. I didn't even really plan on painting this mammoth tonight. It's just, everything's happening. I have no control over myself. But seeing as I'm kind of lost on what to do with this guy, we might end soon here. Trying to find what else I want to paint with this really dark brown cocoa color. And I'm running out of things. I don't know what other colors I want to use yet. This model is great though. This model is doing a lot of the work for me. Whereas, you know, the Nolzur's models are very smooth in a lot of places. And they have texture to them, but it's a lot of smooth places where you kind of gotta texture it yourself. This guy has a lot of texture to him, so it's doing a lot of the work for me to look nice. Are those arrows? I think they're spears, because he's a large boy, but they are spears. Let me grab the other box of guys that I opened. No, my headphone. They fell on the floor and somehow got tangled. How does this happen? Okay, put this guy over here. You can see how much of the primer comes off when I'm handling these things too. That's why I always put them on a handle of some sort. But this was white, and now it's very black. That's why I try not to grab it by the actual model. But you can see this is the one I haven't been using or painting. It's very white. But my hands are all gross from the primer now. So this is another box that I got of Free Folk. Stop shining. Free Folk Attachments 1. It's got a whole bunch of different guys in here. They've got their little ability cards. There's like chieftains and fighters and all these other cool guys that I'm excited to paint. Maybe it's easier to see on the back here. Yeah, so we got 2 chieftains, 2 chosen, 2 champions, 2 alphas, 2 leaders, and 2 matriarchs. So those guys are going to be fun. Then I also got a box of skin changers. So I'm assuming they're like druid wild shapers. So I've got some eagles, wolves, druid looking guy, other druid looking guy, and a big ass bear. Skin changers fight not with steel and iron, but through tooth, talon, and claw. Skin changers' beasts go to war with all the animal cunning the creature possesses, guided by the human intelligence riding along in its mind. If free folk are bolstered by direwolves, eagles, or even huge northern bears, know that a skin changer lurks somewhere nearby. Even if the beast is killed, the skin changer himself is not defeated. Oh, so he's not wild shaping it, he's just controlling the animals. That's kind of cool. Should be hours of fun. Yeah, hopefully. And then the last box I got was Savage Giants, because I can't fucking help myself with giants apparently. Giants aren't even like my favorite thing in D&D, but I have every fucking giant model and painted them. So it only has 2, Big Giant A and Big Giant B. But look at that club. That's gonna be a lot of fun to paint. So that's all the Game of Thrones guys I got. Let's see. Google. Go to Google. How many units do I need for Game of Thrones war game? Do I have enough for an army? Leek Pizza's funky tonight. Oh my gosh, if you buy the whole set, you get 138 plastic units. 60 footmen, 30 knights, 36 ships, 12 siege engineers. Oh my gosh. That's for like the actual houses though. I don't know if free folk were a thing when they first started making the game. Oh, wildling card, yeah, maybe. Game setup. I just want to know how many guys I need. This is not the game. No. Wrong game. Song of Ice and Fire. Miniatures game. There we go. Tell me, I just want to know the rules. Where's the rules? Documents. Scenarios and campaigns. Oh. That'd be kind of cool if it was co-op. if you could play co-op modes instead of just fighting. Game modes. Sorry if I'm dropping like a bajillion frames here. Setup. Place an objective token in the center of the table. Special rules. Doesn't say how much is in an army. Army size. They're 28mm scale. Great to know. That's what D&D is at. 28mm. Starter set? What does a starter set give you? 2 guardsmen, 1 halberdier, 1 mountain man. That's it? In total, you're going to have 22 points of combat units. Do they have points? Let me open my box. Have I played any of my board games? I have. Not a whole lot of them, but I have. We played... My favorite one we've played so far is Reincarnated, where you build like a lifeline of reincarnation and yada yada. But we've played a few. Not nearly as many as I got, but we've played a few. I don't see like points on here. I'll have to get my friend to teach me how to play this, but... Your army may include up to 2 mammoths. On the battlefield, the war mammoth is a fearsome sight bearing down on an enemy position. Its incredible strength and thick hide make it difficult to neutralize. Giants have been known to ride mammoths into battle, though not enough mammoths still exist in the world to form a true cavalry corps. But those that battle on behalf of their masters are well trained. It's a rare event, but a panicked mammoth is no one's ally on the battlefield. It's like a little 6 there? Maybe he's worth 6 units? This model has 8 wounds. I'm guessing wounds is how many he can take before he dies. If this unit fails a panic test, instead of suffering wounds, it makes 1 trample action. Your opponent controls this action. Jeez. Trample. If this unit performs any action, it may instead use trample. It pivots then marches, even if engaged, and may move through enemies during this march. Each non-solo unit, friendly or enemy, moved through suffers D3 wounds plus 1 wound per remaining rank in that unit. Oh my gosh. I'm assuming that's good. That's a lot of damage. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a game set up and I'll play on stream one day. But this is a very cool looking game. I'm not even a big fan of Game of Thrones. I read the books and... Well, I read the first book and watched the show, but I'm not a huge fan of Game of Thrones. But the game looks really fun, so I might get into that. Into it enough to paint the minis, at least. We're going to cap this paint. We are going to head over to our ending screen. And we're going to raid out to Steph. Because, of course, we are... yeah. I guess this webcam works. I don't really like it, but I don't really have a choice either. Just waiting for anything to work on this slow ass computer. Okay. Slash raid solid 7. Here we go. Raiding out. I hope you guys had fun in this short little test stream. We'll try to do more painting streams, but yeah, we'll figure things out slowly but surely. Thanks for watching and hanging out and all the other good stuff. And I hope I see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Good night. Have fun at Steph's stream.